When the narcissist knows you're done. That's the title of this video. The moment a narcissist realizes you're done with them is both subtle and seismic. To an outsider, it may look like just another breakup or a cold shoulder, but to the narcissist, it's a devastating blow. Their entire sense of control and validation is suddenly jeopardy. It is suddenly in jeopardy. Narcissists thrive on attention and admiration. Their identity is often intricately woven with how others see them. So when someone they have targeted decides to pull away or disengage, it shatters their carefully crafted image of power and superiority. The first sign that a narcissist knows you're done is often a sudden change in their behavior. The usual charm or cohesion is replaced by agitation, confusion, or desperate attempts to regain control. At this point, the narcissist may try to understand what went wrong, but this process rarely involves genuine self-reflection. Instead, it usually manifests as blame, blaming you, external circumstances, or anyone but themselves. Because narcissists struggle to tolerate criticism or rejection, your departure triggers an internal crisis. They may experience an intense narcissistic injury, a psychological wound caused by the loss of admiration and control. This injury leads to heightened defensiveness. So expect an increase in manipulation tactics, gaslighting, and triangulation as they try to reel you back in. Narcissists often try to rewrite history when they sense you're done. They may fabricate stories or minimize the abusive behaviors to make you question your decision. A narcissist may also engage in hoovering. This is a term describing the attempts to suck you back into the relationship. These efforts can be sudden declarations of love, promises to change, or frantic messaging. When these tactics fail, the narcissist's reaction can turn darker. Some become overtly hostile, lashing out with verbal attacks or smear campaigns to destroy your reputation. This phase can be bewildering and painful for those who have finally gained clarity and strength. It is a cruel irony that living a narcissist often triggers more torment before peace is truly attainable. Interestingly, a narcissist's realization that you're done doesn't necessarily mean they will immediately let go. They often cling to the illusion that they can still control or manipulate you. This attachment to control can manifest in stalking behaviors, online harassment, or attempts to undermine you or undermine your other relationships. At times, the narcissist might oscillate between rage and pleading, confused about how to handle the loss. This emotional volatility is a sign of their fragile ego crumbling. Your own journey of recovery from narcissistic abuse often begins the moment you decide you're done. But the narcissist's knowledge of this decision adds an extra layer of complexity. The narcissist may try to portray you as the villain in mutual circles to isolate you further. This smear campaign can be difficult to counter, but understanding the tactic can empower you to maintain your boundaries. Sometimes, the narcissist tries to engage in love bombing as a last-ditch effort to regain favor. They shower you with affection, gifts, or attention, hoping to rewrite your feelings. However, those who have recognized the narcissistic cycle are rarely fooled by these temporary displays. The love bombing is usually followed by the same old patterns of control and abuse. The narcissist's awareness that you're done can also provoke a narcissistic rage, an explosive reaction to perceived rejection or loss of control. This rage can be dangerous. It's important for those exiting narcissistic relationships to prioritize safety and support during this time. The emotional toll on the person who ends the relationship is significant. Healing requires patience, self-compassion, and often professional support. As the narcissist's control diminishes, their desperation can sometimes lead them to seek new sources of supply, new people to admire and manipulate. So for those who have escaped, watching a narcissist move on quickly can stir up complex emotions, relief, jealousy, or lingering doubt. So it's crucial to remember that the narcissist's outward behavior does not reflect their inner reality. Their new supply is merely a temporary balm for their wounded ego. So when the narcissist knows you're done, they may resort to false promises of change or therapy to appear reformed. While some narcissists might engage in self-improvement, true change is rare without deep, sustained therapy and willingness to confront their behavior honestly. The person who has left the narcissist must guard against falling back into the cycle of hope and disappointment. Re-establishing boundaries becomes essential to protect emotional well-being and prevent future manipulation. Support networks, that is friends, family, and therapists, play a critical role in reinforcing these boundaries and validating the person's experience. Narcissists are adept at finding weak spots and exploiting vulnerabilities. Awareness and education about narcissistic behavior empower those who have left to stay strong. Forgiveness is often misunderstood in this context. Forgiving the narcissist doesn't mean reconciliation, but releasing personal resentment for your own peace. The end of a relationship with a narcissist is a turning point. It's a chance to rediscover your identity outside of manipulation and control. Moving forward involves rebuilding trust in oneself and others, which can be difficult after prolonged abuse. Healing also involves recognizing red flags early to avoid future entanglements with narcissistic personalities. When a narcissist knows you're done, they lose a vital source of validation. This loss can either drive them to worse behavior or, in rare cases, prompt self-reflection. Ultimately, your decision to walk away is a powerful act of self-love and courage, one that defines your path towards freedom and authentic happiness. Now, once the narcissist realizes you are truly done, the attempts to regain control often shift from subtle manipulation to more overt, aggressive tactics. They may escalate their efforts because they feel cornered and vulnerable. This escalation can include stalking behaviors, constant calling or messaging, or attempts to infiltrate your personal life through mutual contacts. The narcissist may feel entitled to your attention and become relentless. At the same time, they may use silent treatment as a weapon, withdrawing communication entirely to punish you and force you into feeling guilty or anxious. Narcissists are masters at weaponizing emotions, so they might also threaten self-harm or other dramatic acts to elicit a response and keep you tethered emotionally. Another common reaction is strangulation, where the narcissist involves third parties to create jealousy or confusion, aiming to destabilize your emotional state and make you question your decision. When the narcissist knows you're done, they might dig up past mistakes or force you have to use as ammunition, attempting to shame or belittle you into submission. This tactic, sometimes called character assassination, is designed to undermine your self-esteem and convince others that you are the problem. Some narcissists may resort to legal battles or false accusations as a means of punishment and control, especially in situations involving shared assets or children. Their sense of entitlement often blinds them to the emotional damage they cause. They view the world in terms of winning or losing, and losing your loyalty is unacceptable. The narcissist's inability to accept your independence can lead to persistent gaslighting, making you doubt your reality, feelings, or memories. Interestingly, when a narcissist finally realizes you're done, they may experience a kind of grief, but it's grief filtered through anger, denial, and self-pity. This pseudo-grief rarely results in genuine remorse or change. Instead, it fuels more manipulative behaviors aimed at regaining what they lost. So for those who are done, it's important to recognize these behaviors as symptoms of the narcissist's fragile ego rather than personal failings. So setting and enforcing strict boundaries becomes even more critical once the narcissist knows you're done. This might mean blocking contact, avoiding shared spaces, or limiting interactions through intermediaries. Emotional detachment is essential. Responding emotionally to their provocations often fuels their need for control and validation. At times, narcissists may try to provoke jealousy by flaunting new relationships or achievements, attempting to trigger insecurity and draw you back into the dynamic. It is important to remember that their bragging is a facade, an attempt to mask feelings of abandonment and loss. So when a narcissist knows you're done, their image management kicks into high gear. They may attempt to appear as the victim publicly, seeking sympathy and support to isolate you further. Social media becomes many times a battleground where the narcissist posts carefully curated content designed to manipulate perceptions. In extreme cases, narcissists can become obsessed with controlling the narrative around your separation, engaging in smear campaigns to damage your reputation. Despite all these tactics, the power ultimately lies with you. Recognizing their patterns and refusing to engage dismantles their influence. The narcissist's awareness of your decision also signals the start of your healing journey. Though it may be bumpy, it's a path towards reclaiming your sense of self. So as you move forward, self will focus on self-care, rebuilding self-worth, and surrounding yourself with supportive people who validate your experience. Therapy or support groups specialized in narcissistic abuse recovery can provide crucial tools and emotional validation. Over time, the narcissist's hold on your life weakens and their significance diminishes as you reclaim your autonomy and peace. So sometimes the narcissist's reaction to your departure can teach you valuable lessons about boundaries, self-respect, and emotional resilience. Understanding that their behavior reflects their own inner turmoil, not your worth, helps prevent internalizing their cruelty. Now, one thing about the narcissist is that the knowledge that you are done with the narcissist can provoke the narcissist to seek new sources of narcissistic supply quickly. But their new targets will often experience similar patterns of manipulation. So your choice to walk away contributes to breaking the cycle of abuse and can inspire others trapped in similar relationships to find courage. When the narcissist knows you're done, they lose the power to define your reality, and that loss can be the beginning of your freedom. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.